Hello, hello, hello. This is Tiffany with Healthy Passions. If you do not know me, let me briefly introduce myself. I am a certified personal trainer, certified wellness coach, certified energy healer by birth. I'm an oracle prophetess and a natural healer. Today, I'm going to do a different video for TikTok, and then I'll go ahead and share it on Facebook as well as YouTube. But I want to do a video called "The Great Separation." Um, it's pretty obvious that we are having that, but for some, clearly it is not as obvious. So I'm just going to bring up a few points about it, based on the things that I have observed and that I've seen, and what's been mentioned that other people have seen and talked about and made videos on and things like that. So um, let's talk about the Great Separation. Um, Here recently, because there's so much happening at one time. So let's talk about the most recent. I saw a news segment about an unexplained let go or layoff of 300,000 Hebrew Israelite or black women in the work market. So it was 300,000 loss of jobs for that group of women, our group of women, our sisters here were forced out of the corporations and jobs and businesses, right? And on one end, they are worried because that is a huge drop and of their workforce, and they're wondering, why is it happening? Is it because of racism? Is it because of sexism? Is it because of both racism and sexism? Yes, to a certain degree, that's why. That's what they think they're doing it for. But the truth is, in my opinion, that they're being called out or they're being forced to leave, right? If you are a Hebrew Israelite, you know the prophecy when it says to come out of her, that's part of coming out of her. So I think the Most High is freeing us from the corporations and stuff that we have become so dependent on for income, and He has forced most of us out. But two things can exist at once. Um, what we are living in, what I like to call a parallel universe. That means we're two or more existences can happen at the same exact time. So to the world, it seems like, oh my gosh, there's 300,000 black women without jobs now. That's devastating for our economy, this, and this, and that. But on the flip side, there's a lot of new growth in businesses of black male and female. So what looks like is happening, you may not see it on the news, but what's happening is once those people are getting laid off, they're able to walk into their purpose and start a business or start a new way to make income. And that does not tie them to any type of corporation, right? And that's actually a good thing on the flip side. At first, it may not feel good, the money might be tight, but it's actually a good thing in the grand scheme of things because it frees you from the daily stress of like corporate America. I worked in corporate America for a few years, and that was not my favorite place to be, especially as a black woman. It was tiresome, demanding, and you had to work twice as hard to prove your worth and still make less money than everyone else. Um, they wanted to work you but not give you the title, or give you the title but then not show you respect under the title. Like they wouldn't listen to a female black manager or something like that, right? So a lot of that stress has been relieved, even though it seems like it brings on another form of stress. It really doesn't, because once you start doing something that you're good at, something that you want to do, you will feel like it's not work, right? So it is what it is, right? Something that you're really passionate about. So it's giving us the time, it's forcing us to leave these jobs and go ahead and start supporting our own people, our own businesses within our own community. So that's a good thing in hindsight. All right. We are being completely pulled out of the corporation called America. So everyone knows what that means by now. You should. The Corporation America systems. We are completely, or excuse me, we are coming together more and minding our own business as a collective. We didn't have a Hebrew Israelite or a black meeting and say, let's sit to the side and let's say, let's just leave everybody out of it. Let's leave people alone and have them leave us alone. Let us tend to our own community. It didn't happen. It's more of a collective thought, might I add, because people, even the people that aren't Hebrew Israelites, they're in the same mindset. So the only explanation for them to be in the same mindset would be that it's a collective thought, right? It's a collective consciousness. I would go so far even to say that it's almost like spoken telepathically or just understood, right? Right. Number two, no strong family ties. So most families aren't having like major get-togethers, like for example, like a family reunion anymore. That's not a big thing. Some families still do, but very not as many as there used to be. And the chosen ones, who are the elect of the elect, and then excuse me, the elect themselves are already used to that separation from family. So it's really like nothing new for us. Nothing has changed. But what may be new is for the new believers that it may be a new situation for them and it can seem very devastating and heartbroken. Also, too, others are that who are not doing their shadow work, who haven't worked on themselves, who haven't focused on bettering themselves, those individuals are starting to feel the sting too, to whereas family is just not family anymore. So it's a lot of backstabbing, a lot of gossip, a lot of slandering, um, witchcraft, all kinds of stuff within families. And it's becoming more evident now because we are in the era where everything will be revealed, right? And then number three, the two-thirds having a hard time finding traditional marriage. So, or just a relationship in general. You can see what it looks like online as a perceived gender war. Then on top of that movement, you have a 4B movement, and then you have women choosing the bear. So that's just the nonsense that we have amongst men and women, not just black, but I am focused on the black community at this time. But when I say the two-thirds, because prophecy has us that two-thirds of our people will perish with the judgment of the Gentiles because they either took the bag, participated in some kind of way, and betrayed their own people. So the two-thirds will be experiencing a lot of the curses that the Gentiles would receive. And part of that is no traditional marriage. Now they're saying that being single is cool. You should be a single mom. You should be single and have no kids, whatever the case may be. That's what is being passed around, right? And in that case, when I talk about the two-thirds, they are people by blood and they look like us by skin, right? They could be our people by blood, look like us, move like us, cultures like ours, and just know that all skin folk and kinfolk, all skin folk and kinfolk, just because they have the same Hebrew Israelite bloodline, does not mean that they are your friend. So I'm sure you know that by now. It does not mean that y'all are friends or that y'all are friendly towards one another, right? It just means that y'all have the same bloodline. Really doesn't mean much in this case. But what it does also mean is that the people who went along with the system, who went along with the oppression of Yah's people, some of them became overseers and then police officers, whatever the case may be, these black boule type individuals, they um, they know what they're doing, they know what they're saying, they know what they are, and they have created these conditions and they're trying to make it seem like it was their idea, but in truth, is something more to that. The truth is the number four. So number four is worldwide low birth rate. Worldwide low birth. I can't even talk today. I'm sorry, guys. Low birth rate, right? So that means most of the nations here are not able to replace themselves within their community, meaning they're not able to have children for whatever reason, or deciding not to have children for whatever reason, right? And because of that, they cannot repopulate like they were and have these large numbers. Their blessing has been over for 5 years. So the time for them to come together real strong, make a lot of money, do this, do that, and then throw it in the Hebrew Israelites' face, that time is over. They can no longer do so. Most of us have more money than them by far. All right, so just know that. So Judgment is judgment in the form of natural disasters. Okay, so we see all these wildfires, these ice storms, these severe weather storms, right? I just got a picture of the lightning in my mind's eye. It's bright and purple. We got a we got the bizarre lightning strikes and things like that, right? So we have all of that happening, and that is a part of judgment because when they were in their blessing and it was their turn to rule, none of this happened to them. The moment that their turn to rule was over, according to the Most High Yah, who the world calls God, not Trump, but according to that, most of the natural disasters, like the fire, the straight winds, straight strong winds, sandstorms, earthquakes, landslides, things like that, cloud bursts, things like that. It seems to be happening to, if you look at each situation or just a few, you will pinpoint a location of where it was originated at, and then there you will know that Hebrew Israelites were harmed. And that's why the planet is tired and ready to fight back, right? It is what it is. But yeah, so that's what it is. It's the great separation. There is no turning back. You will lose a lot of friends, a lot of family. You will lose people that you thought would be in your corner forever. You will lose a lot of people, and it's because of vibration. So if they're vibrating low, if they deal with lower entities, if they still deal with sin, if they still deal with certain types of demons or whatever the case may be, they'll be left behind, which they already have been. So in the spiritual realm, they already have been. So now it's happening and manifesting in the physical world. So it is what it is. So I love you guys. I don't want to hold you too long. Have a great day. Bye.